Hey people, what's up? It's Jameel. And the reason why I can't snitch on Jordan Maxwell and who his masters are is because I'm not a snitch. And so I'm not gonna do that. And plus, I'm not stupid. His masters, the people he's with are extremely dangerous people, and it would be foolish of me to be a snitch and to put that out there like that. But I will say this. These are the biggest secret societies that I've come across. And secret societies usually run with each other anyway. I mean, one guy from a secret society usually has allegiance to multiple other secret societies and other things. But Jordan Maxwell, I think the reason why Jordan Maxwell revealed all this to me is because he's an older man. He's 75, and he doesn't know how much longer he's going to be here, and I don't think he gives a fuck. And I think he knew. I think deep down inside, Jordan Maxwell wants the public to know that he's a scam artist and he's a fraud. He does. He has given some really good, helpful information over the years, though, and I can't take that away from him. He's given a lot of good information, and I'm sure his information, has helped people tremendously. But that doesn't mean he's not a con artist. That motherfucker defrauded me, and I'll always be fucking pissed off as a motherfucker about it. I still gotta pay people. I'm still to this day paying people back money for the money I got to go see him. People loaned me. Most of his money was all my money, but I had a lot of it. People loaned me. They're like, "Oh, really? You're going to do that?" And they loaned me money. People I know, people close to me, family members of mine, blood relatives of mine. Gave me money to help me, while I was there. I was there, and not only for 4 days, me and Jordan Maxwell, I was in Hollywood for 2 weeks. And, I mean, it's really weird because I didn't go there wanting to believe Jordan Maxwell was in anything. I thought he was just some old guy who needed help, and he, I've been following him for 10 years, and I found out this dude's a member of secret societies. I mean, I seen it. He took me. He took me to several places. He took. I met a lot of different people with him and went to different places, and it wasn't just one place in particular or one person in particular, and it was just an array of places. And then he oftentimes, not all the time, but oftentimes, he would tell me exactly who I was going to meet and what the people were about. And, with me, again, I don't got no problem with nobody, It ain't nothing but a G thing with me. I'm not a bitch, a snitch, or a rat. It never will be. But I just think it's funny that this conspiracy stuff, man, it is mind-blowing. But I give Jordan Maxwell his props. I will say this about the man Jordan Maxwell. Jordan Maxwell, part of the reason why Jordan Maxwell has to serve his masters is to keep himself alive. If Jordan Maxwell wasn't serving his masters, he'd be dead by now probably. And so it was a smart move, I think. And he explained to me the details and who the people were and why he did it. And I think he didn't tell me as much as he could have, probably because he didn't want there's some things that he didn't want to say because it would bring immediate danger to him. But he's corrupt. Jordan Maxwell's corrupt. He's fraudulent and corrupt to the bone. I'm not gonna lie. But there's a really gigantic story on that man. It's an incredible story. Nobody knows it. Nobody. Anything you hear on the internet about Jordan Maxwell being an Illuminati shill or a fraud or a fake, nobody knows the real story about who Jordan Maxwell is. And for 4 days, I got that story. I went there thinking I was going to meet the research legend Jordan Maxwell, and instead, I figure out that the same people I was researching, he's the same as them. He's a fraud and a con and into secret societies and all kinds of stuff. And at the end of the day, it was I really got more than what I paid for. I got a lot more than what I paid for. And I got defrauded and all that, but I learned, I got the master lesson, man. I got a fucking lesson from one of the greatest masters, You know, and that's, you know, I respect him on that level. But you know, that motherfucker, man, ran some stuff on me, man, and I'll always be angry about it. But you know, it's just the story, man. Even the stuff I could talk about, it's so big and gigantic. I don't even know. I don't even have. You know, I gotta go finish painting something right now. So I got, you know, it take you know like 2 fucking hours just to tell people. I mean, how do you go from thinking Jordan Maxwell's some old man who sleeps on the floor to seeing that he has a Hollywood star? That his name's not Jordan Maxwell, his name's not even Russell Pine, it's something else. To he's in secret societies. To Jordan Maxwell, you know, got his own private road and shit and all this stuff. I mean, he's a minister. You know, he's Jewish. I didn't even know that. I didn't even, you know, the list just goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on. On this guy, it just goes on, man. It's fucking, you know, I can imagine if I had stayed there 4 more days. Jesus. Oh, fuck. You know? I began to think, like, what the fuck? I mean, it almost came, I'm thinking, like, what is this motherfucker, like a Nazi war criminal or something? I mean, how much fucking shit, what the else fuck is gonna fucking come up? You know, what the fuck? Who the fuck is this motherfucker? And for 10 years, I followed Jordan Maxwell. I mean, for 10 fucking years, and I didn't just listen to interviews. I was out at college passing out flyers about Jordan Maxwell. I went up on stage in Grand Rapids at Billy's Lounge 4 different times back, you know, a few years ago, and told everybody about how great Jordan. I mean, I was like the Jordan Maxwell fan, man. And you know, on some level, I still admire him, but he's a punk motherfucker, though, man. But that motherfucker's smart, though. That's one thing about Jordan Maxwell. That's a smart motherfucker, yo. I gotta give him his props. And if I was anybody else, I would have already told, but I can never tell. You know, I'll go to my grave knowing what I know. That motherfucker's a master con artist, man. And his masters are invincible. That's one thing about that motherfucker's masters, they're invincible. So, you know, people wouldn't even know. Most people, you know, the research people out there and the people doing the interviews with Jordan Maxwell and the people that get him on people who call Jordan and give him money to have them on their show, they wouldn't even know what to do if they knew the real truth. They couldn't handle it. They'd probably shut down their whole radio show and YouTube channel and website and just fall off the face of the earth. They couldn't even handle it. You know? Shit. Jameel Rawls research does that real stuff. Fuck that fake shit, bitch.